Great to have you with us. Please like, subscribe, and share. Now, we're going to switch gears here because we've got an even bigger story, and that is the bombshell that RFK dropped in the cabinet meeting. It was either today or yesterday. I believe it was yesterday, but we're going to check that out. We're going to start with a little intro as to what this whole hubbub is about. But before we do that, please like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share the Chris Highland Show with everybody that you know. All right, let's dive in. Little intro before we get into what RFK said.
America. What if I told you that the Biden administration was going to turn America into the child trafficking capital of the world? Would you believe me? Would you call me a conspiracy theorist?
We have people in the United States of America that breed children in order to sell them. And when they are sold, they come without birth certificates, which means it's easier to kill them and have no one ask where they are. We're also importing children by the plane load.
The taking of these children to the United States where the demand looks like it's enormous.
The Biden administration has reportedly been unable to make contact with 85,000 of these children. Think about that for a moment.
So we are the demand. If 85,000 children show up at our border and are released into that economy of pedophilia, what do you think's going on?
4 CPD officers accused of having sex with migrants.
These allegations are that, again, they engaged in sexual relationships with migrants, some were told, who may have been minors.
Even more disturbing, sources tell CBS 2 that a teenage migrant is now pregnant as a result of one of these alleged encounters.
Is it a conspiracy theory? Is child sex trafficking a conspiracy theory?
It is most certainly not a conspiracy theory. It occurs far too much.
This child trafficking thing is real. It has always existed.
This is absolutely treason. Now, RFK Jr. basically runs one of the largest corporations in the world. When you think about the fact that the Department of HHS exceeds $1 trillion in revenue and spend every single year. He runs essentially the largest corporation, one of the largest corporations in the world. And he was in the Trump cabinet meeting and he dropped a bombshell. Let's check it out.
We have ended HHS as the role as the vector, the principal vector in this country for child trafficking. And during the Biden administration, HHS became a collaborator in child trafficking and for sex and for slavery. And we have ended that, and we're very aggressively going out and trying to find these children, the 300,000 children that were lost by the Biden administration.
Well, I'm going to play that again because I think this is.
We have ended HHS as the role as the vector, the principal vector in this country for child trafficking. And during the Biden administration, HHS became a collaborator in child trafficking and for sex and for slavery. And we have ended that, and we're very aggressively going out and trying to find these children, the 300,000 children that were lost by the Biden administration.
He has ended what essentially was a U.S. government collaboration via taxpayer money, dark money, NGOs, and the HHS power, the Health and Human Services power, to essentially run these children around the country in the guise of humanitarian concerns, in the guise of health and human services. All of that falls under RFK. And what he has found out is what we showed videos on months ago. And that was the fact that the Biden administration, through its surrogates in HHS, through its surrogates in multiple NGOs, was facilitating illegal migrants coming across the border with children, and then those children being disappeared, essentially because they were never with their parents. They were with not even guardians. They were with traffickers, and everybody knew it. And those children were then whisked off to other places. They were moved around the country. Let's check out a couple videos because thank God that RFK has recognized this and this is coming to an end. Let's hope to God that he finds these 300,000 kids. Might even be more than that. I've heard numbers as high as 500,000, but it is absolutely massive. All right, check it. Here we go.
These little kids are passed out, y'all. These little kids. ¿Usted con quién viene, caballero? Solo. ¿Usted solo con ¿Y la mamá? La mamá me abandonó. ¿La mamá qué? Me abandonó. Christy, come here. Every single city's a border town. So, remember I told you guys that they're going to say that?
Yep.
¿Qué le pasó a la mamá?
Me abandonó, los dejamos, pues, separamos.
¿Te abandonó?
Sí, soy
¿Y te
padre
dejó a los dos
soltero.
niños?
Sí.
Ok. ¿Y cuántos años tienen los niños?
Él tiene 4 y ella 3.
4 and 3 years old. And he says that his wife abandoned him and she left him the 2 kids. It's breakup season in down there, south of America, yo. There's a lot of heartbreaks going on.
You know what?
Notice how all the children are sedated. They are all unconscious. They cannot speak. They cannot say, this is not my father. They cannot say, this is not my parent. That's the whole point.
Most of these children look like this isn't just a natural sleep. They are out.
Look, they're sedated. They are sedated. Look at them.
Look at them. This is not
Look
normal.
at, he's just like completely lunched over.
Ask them when the last time they ate was.
¿Cuándo fue la última vez que comieron los niños?
So this is what we're telling you. A lot of times, these children don't belong to some of these people. This is human trafficking. This is
They're not even reacting, huh?
at its finest.
You see how they don't react? Their pupils don't even react to the bright.
This is 100% human trafficking. And the next video we're going to shows that the fact that the government was complicit in this. This goes back to the HHS, to RFK's announcement that HHS is no longer going to be complicit in this. In fact, they are going to do a 180 and aggressively go find these kids. So here we have, it starts at an airport where basically a Border Patrol agent is caught on camera admitting that children are being trafficked into the USA. Here we go.
You said that you were on vacation and now you're moving this small child to the airport. I thought you were on vacation. Ma'am, I thought you were on vacation. What happened to that? Do you have any comment about children that have gone missing that you've helped to escort across the country? Excuse me, is this MDM?
No.
We have footage here that a lot of these children don't know the sponsors that they are going to. What's going on? There's kids in the car here. They're moving these kids. They just turned the lights off. This is the MVM headquarters that we are currently at. There are kids in this van right here that they are moving. There's somebody that's going to come out. Let's see what they have to say. Hey, are you a manager here? Hey, we've spoken to some of these children and they tell us that they don't know a lot of times the sponsors that they're going to. Do you have any comment on that at all? This is MVM, correct?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Excuse me. What's going on here? There they go. And notice they got out of here in such a hurry that they just left their bags here. Think about that. They got out of here. We don't even know what's in those bags. They just left them there and they took off in the van in such a hurry because that's how secret this operation is. They do not want you to know what is going on. That van that we just confronted, they are now taking off. We are following them. We believe that they're taking these kids to the airport. We have talked to some of these children that you guys escort, and some of these children have told us that their friends don't know the sponsors that they're going to. Are you okay with that? Excuse me, why are you all wearing masks? Do you have any comment on that? Why are you hiding your identity? Do you have any shame, sir? There's still time to redeem yourself. Would you like to see the footage that we caught of the girl admitting what's going on?
RFK and Donald Trump will hopefully find all of the people responsible for this and incarcerate them for the rest of their natural lives. This is absolutely egregious. Anybody who had any knowledge of U.S. taxpayer money being funneled to NGOs, being funneled through HHS, that participated or facilitated this trafficking needs to go to prison. This is 100% egregious. But thankfully, this is what RFK, this is the bombshell that he dropped, that I don't think people really realize how big this is, that RFK has recognized it and he is turning HHS 180 degrees.
Were their IDs even checked just there? Were their IDs even just checked? Who checked their IDs? I didn't see any ID check just there. There was no ID check. Right. Why weren't their IDs checked? If I was going to go here...
I can't talk to you about that.
If I'm going to ask you, why do you guys ID American citizens when those children can't do you guys an ID them?
I'm not going to say anything on camera.
Are a lot of the kids coming over here, are they trafficked or like what's the...
Some are. I'm not gonna lie. Some are.
Does that happen a lot that the kids come over here with a totally fake name?
It has.
Yeah?
I mean, there's no way for us to verify.
And so they come over here with a fake name and then they just come up with what? They just get a brand new identity. They could be anybody.
Have you seen the movie?
Sound of Freedom?
Yeah, Sound of Freedom.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Exactly like that. Shit happened.
Exactly like that. And the Border Patrol knows about it. Some members of the Border Patrol were paid off. The members of the Biden administration were funneling money to NGOs and then using force, coercion, and also carrots to make sure that other U.S. government agencies did not impede their efforts to traffic children. Hopefully, all of the Biden era pardons that he auto-penned can be overturned so that the people responsible for this, if they were pardoned, can absolutely be held to account. There need to be prosecutions. People need to be perp walked right into federal courthouses and brought up on charges for this. Thankfully, RFK is going to turn this around, or at least he's going to get the HHS out of the business that it was in. But this is 100% sickening, heartbreaking, and he's right. For anybody who's watched The Sound of Freedom, which was an incredibly hard watch, it infuriated you. It scared, it terrified me because my kids are the ages of the kids in that movie, and how easy it was, for that father to get duped into, hey, this is a talent agency. He should have stayed there. He should have stayed. Man, I don't let my kids go anywhere on their own, partially because it's paranoia over all of the bad actors that are out there. But let's help. Let's make sure we pray for our leaders. Let's make sure that we hold the Trump administration and RFK to account. Now that they've taken this first step, let's make sure they follow through. Find these children and prosecute anybody who is involved in this. The van drivers, the people in the NGOs who knew what was going on need to be held to account. Hey, thanks everybody for rolling up. Really appreciate everybody being here. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share the Chris Highland Show with everybody that you know. Thanks. Remember that God is good and he is sovereign. It'll all be good in the end. Till I catch you next time.